for being here. We're sure excited. We're excited. This time of year is fantastic. Weather change, basketball season's here. We're about on our 31st practice since July, and it's been a phenomenal progression. I don't know if the girls would say that because a lot has changed, and the demand is extremely high, and but I think it's something they have certainly welcomed, and we're thrilled about the growth that they've had, and we're certainly excited about where we are right now. It's a process, and we're looking forward to the season starting. I've always looked at a first year in a program. There's some things that are going to certainly take precedent to others, and for us, it's fundamentals, and basketball wise, it's certainly the fundamentals of the game. The speed in which we want to play, learning each other, building relationships, and building the rapport. And I think we're doing those things. I think we're doing them daily. We're stressing every day how important it is to be in that moment and not get frustrated, and I think that's just a culture thing. With many teams today, is getting down and frustrated and not being able to play through the next play, a little bit of toughness. And so those are some areas that we've grown. I think we continue to grow every single day. And I'm just really looking forward to this group continuing to develop.
Putting your stamp on the program, what were like one or two major priorities that you had early on?
Well, we wanted to come in and build relationships. I really felt like that was maybe going to be the core. Just really building some trust and building relationships with our team, with coaches and the team. And I think those things translate into, athletes playing a little bit tougher for you, believing in maybe something they can't see quite yet. I know culture is such the buzzword right now, and it is a very important word. But building relationships, to me, is just the root of building an incredible culture that can withstand a lot. And so we've tried to do that as much as we possibly can.
I want to kind of piggyback, because that's the word I wanted to use was culture. It's when you come in, you want to establish yours, but it takes time. Where do you want this program to be, I guess, 3 or 4 years from now?
We want to be competitive. That's, bottom line, we want to be competitive. Something we haven't been in quite some time. The history of this program is really special. We want to respectfully be competitive again. And, I think there's a lot of excitement around the state and around the region right now. Recruiting certainly showing that. I think our current team feels that, but we want to, in the very near future, we want to be competitive. We want to be respected, and we want to be a competitive team on anybody's schedule, and, night in and night out. And, what that means, I don't know. Hopefully that means a lot more wins. But, at the end of the day, we want to be competitive. We want to be at, top of that mid-major chart. We've got a tough league right now. You're talking about 7 teams that went to postseason last year in this league. And, and several of them advancing into postseason. So it's a tough league. We're excited about that. But at the same time, our goal is to be competitive and in the thick of that mix.
Have you set a goal for yourself here for year number 1?
Other than truly building relationships and learning the community, learning the university, learning people, and that's probably not the answer, that you're looking for. But no, is there a, win-loss goal? No. We want to be better. There's no question. And what does better mean? We know they won 10 games. We won 10 games last year and 4 in league play. That's got to be better. We know that. Our current team wants that. The returners certainly want that. And that's definitely a goal. But at the end of the day, we want to be more competitive and better respected.
You mentioned the competition in this league and teams in postseason play. It's going to be tough sledding, but at the same time, Is that good to have because you can use the rest of this league as a measuring stick because of how successful some of these other programs are as you build this place where you want it to be?
I think it's been great. It's been great in recruiting. I mean, you look at who's above us in the RPI. I mean, we finished 12th in the country RPI wise, and in our region, there aren't many folks above us other than picking from the SEC and the Big 12. So it's exciting in recruiting, because you use it as a major recruiting tool. I mean, we've got a really tough league, a fun, athletic, tough league to play in, and really good players want to be a part of that. You want to play in a good competitive league that are obviously showing that they're getting selected for postseason play. I mean, we got 3 teams in the WNIT. That's big. That's really big. And so absolutely, we've used that. I think it's certainly to our advantage. And at the same time, we want to be in that mix at some point.
Coach, the makeup of the roster, how many do you have coming back, and then the newcomers coming in, how they fit in so far?
Yeah, so we've got 8 returners, 3 seniors. We've got 2 juniors returning and 3 sophomores returning. And then we've got several new faces, 2 freshmen, and then we've got 3 young ladies that are JUCO transfers. And it's been a nice mix, a really nice mix of experience coming in. With Maddie Gott, she's from Iota. She played a year at Southwest Mississippi, so she's played a year of collegiate basketball at the JUCO level. And then Kiara Crockett's played 2 years, of collegiate basketball at the JUCO level. And, so you get those guys coming in. They've got a little bit more of a competitive edge about them than just a true freshman. And then, Garabeth Self is a freshman from New Albany, Mississippi, Ingomar High School. And she's been a little force, and we're excited about her. I think she'll be able to help us some and right away. And so we're excited about it. She can score. She's a winner. All she's ever done in high school is won. Of course, as a freshman, you're anxious to see about the adjustment that she's going to have to make. But we're certainly excited about the mix of newcomers and the returners. Lauren Fitch has been tremendous. I think she's definitely been the one of the returners that has just shined very brightly. She's a quick point guard, and I think she's going to fit the system extremely well. We run some dribble drive action and, get into the rim with an open block and, penetrate and kick. And, fit with Lauren Fitch, we call her Fitch. Fitch really fits that system. I think it's, her game is with the high ball screen and just with no screen. I mean, she's really good at attacking the rim and creating for others and creating for herself. And so I think she's a kid that we're really excited as a coaching staff to coach. And, I think she'll do a great job of leading our attack.
You figured out what y'all going to be able to do defensively?
We're certainly working on that every day, Adam. I mean, we're working on basic fundamental principles right now, and maybe more of the toughness piece than anything. A little bit more of the, if I get beat, not giving up, and what that next thing looks like, that next line of rotation. And, but we're playing, we've practiced and played mostly all man to man. And I tell you, one thing that I've been really excited about, this group really likes to defend. I mean, if you look at some of their stats from last season, I mean, they did a pretty good job defensively. It was the scoring end where we struggled, for the most part. And defensively, they've got a little bit of an edge about them, and so that's been exciting. They seem to like when we're in defensive drills, and now they don't always love when we're making them do stuff they don't want to do, right? But they do have an edge about them defensively, and that's exciting, especially for a new coach that's coming in and doing some different things defensively. They've really enjoyed. We've worked on our press a little bit, and successfully, we've successfully worked on it. It's been really looked really good at times, and we haven't really gotten into it as much as we've wanted to at this point, but I think we'll be able to do some fun stuff defensively. Traditionally in the past, I've done some junk stuff and out of our man, and sometimes it looks like we're playing a little bit of zone, but we're really in man. Just playing a lot of scout defense, and so I think this group will really take to that very easily. I have a feeling.
You bring in a new staff this year. How's that going? You guys getting along well, and what's the reaction from the players been like?
Well, I don't know if we're getting along great. I got 2 former players on staff, and that's been tough. But no, we're getting along really well. I mean, I think it's been really good chemistry because I do have 2 former players on staff. And I was joking. I mean, I've got two young ladies that played for me at 2 different times, and so it's that adjustment has been really, really nice because they somewhat know what I'm thinking or what we're about to do in practice before we ever get to it. And there's just nothing like having a former player on your staff, and to have 2, in 2 different areas is really special. So that's been great. And Jessica Barber is as good as they come. She's an extremely well-respected coach in this region and, in the state of Louisiana. And so, having her has been just a big comfort. And, I think our young ladies have been really excited about our staff and just the extra time they've taken to help develop them as people and as players. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.